A very good evening to you all, wherever you are, whether you're listening live with us in the chat room or whether you're watching, as indeed many of you do, on the catch-up. Welcome to a Date with a Dinner Set programme number 179 here on November the 26th. Wherever and whenever you are watching, you are most welcome. It is great to see you. It's a bit nippy, isn't it? It's a bit of a chill in the air. Yes, indeed. Of course it was. Of course it was, Miles. Yes, of course it was. It was indeed the iconic theme music to Doctor Who, which this week celebrates 60 years. 60 years. And my dear elder brother Mark remembers at least 70 of those years, don't you, chap? Yeah, a wonderful piece of music. In fact, do you know what? I'm not really sure why we haven't used that bit of opening music before, but it's quite fortunate in a way, isn't it? Because it's just sort of popped up as being relevant, especially this week. I'm told reliably by that fount of great knowledge, the oracle of Wikipedia, that there have been 15 different people playing the Doctor. So maybe that's a possible topic of conversation in the chat room. Which was your favourite Doctor, or which was your favourite alien or creature or thing to hide behind the sofa for? Anyway, 60 years, isn't it incredible? Fantastic. And that iconic music, which we all recognise, was composed by this chap, Mr. Ron Grainer, Australian composer, who also gave us the theme music to Tales of the Unexpected and Steptoe and Son, amongst other things. And he composed the melody to it, and then I think, as is fairly well known, it was the BBC Radiophonic Workshop under the control of Delia Derbyshire at the time that transformed that to lead Ron Grainer to say something to the effect of, Struth, Delia, did I really write that tune? Because, of course, it had been processed so many times by incredible processes for the time in the early 60s of tape manipulation and looping and distortion, etc., to create the theme. Over the years, of course, that theme has been changed many times. I haven't a clue what sort of version I was playing, a mixture of versions, I would imagine. And today's interesting piece of information about that piece of music is it is in the Phrygian mode. Yes, the Phrygian mode. That is the scale from E up to E, or the natural minor scale. So you heard it here. So, as I say, you are most welcome to a Date with a Dinner Set, and here we are still in autumn. This evening, by the way, we have a new microphone in place because there was a fair bit of crackle still going on, even though we swapped out the lead. So this is a replacement microphone to see how we get on this evening. No, I do believe you. I do believe you, Miles. I do remember you saying that you were in at least one episode. Fantastic stuff. There we go. Yeah, so we've got quite a mixture, as usual, on a Date with a Dinner Set this evening. Our mixture of 9 songs, standards, bits of musical, bits of film. And the pieces of music this evening span a period of 116 years. Again, just slightly older than my older brother there. So there we go. Do enjoy the music this evening, and if you are, clear as a bell. Clear as a bell. Fantastic. That's what we like. As long as that bell doesn't turn to tinnitus, we'll be fine on that one. Oh, so much better. Well, that's great. It's exactly the same model, and I've very kindly been donated it. I don't think the old one ever recovered from being dropped on the floor a few months back, but that's what it was. Okay, we're going to go on with the show. If you're in the chat room, if you want to take part, tell us things about Doctor Who or not, or just chat about the music, the composers, or its context. You are most welcome, however you like to enjoy, however you like to consume. Do you get that? Consume a Date with a Dinner Set. It's rolling today, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what, though. A sip of coffee will set us off nicely for the evening. Do enjoy the programme. I'm reading those comments, you people, about my percussive freak out last night. Anyway, that was indeed, as Miles correctly identified, It's All Right With Me, as composed by, where are you, Mr. Cole Porter. Mr. Cole Porter from 1953, composed for the musical Can-Can. And it's one of those wonderful standards that's been covered by so many people. I don't know, you name it. Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, they've all done it. Indeed, I don't think there's a but. It's all right by me. It's all right by me if you put a but in, because I knew what you meant, indeed. Good evening, Martin. Good evening, Jeannie. Hopefully, indeed, Martin, we may have solved it this time. I will have a listen back later, but getting positive reports from live from the chat room, so that's all very good. Yeah, have you noticed? Is it just me? I think that this year, as I've been on my travels, there seem to still, I'm sorry if I've said this before, still be a lot of leaves on the trees for the time of year. And it's really nice to see all those colours, isn't it? And these sort of leaves I've got on the piano I've had for over a month now, and they haven't really deteriorated. So I've sort of left them there, as we are still in autumn, very much so. You're too kind, Alison. Too kind. Anyway, that's what that was. We will have more coffee. Very important on a cold evening. And we'll go on with the next song, which we've had a couple of times on A Date with a Dinner Set. What's Not Now? Not now what? Not now what? What? What now now? No? Not. What, coffee? Autumn? Aren't we in autumn? I don't know. Oh, are you talking about leaves? Do tell us, Miles. Well, I'm going to play. Tell us what you're talking about, chap, eh? I can see my brother is off on his alluringly attractive alliteration once again. Fantastic. Apologies, I am reading what you're saying about the crackle. I'll talk to my my technical advisor again, because we've got various strategies to try, and one of them was swapping out the microphone. I have a sort of theory that the crackle quite often starts up or stops when I swing in or out the microphone. But anyway, we're not gonna talk. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to do music as best we can on A Date with a Dinner Set. That song was quite alliterative in itself. It's a song called So Sorry I Said, and these are the people that composed it. And if you don't recognise them from those rather bizarre outfits, that is the Pet Shop Boys. And the main composer, Neal Tennant, composed that lovely song, So Sorry I Said. It's worth looking up the lyrics if you feel so inclined. In 1989, and they composed that song for this wonderful lady, Liza Minnelli, and she included it on her ninth studio album called Results. It's a beautiful, haunting melody. Do look up the original by Liza Minnelli. It's freely available on YouTube, and you'll see her singing her heart out, as indeed only Liza can do. So that's what that one was. We've had it, I think, 4 times on A Date with a Dinner Set. As always, if you like what you are seeing and mainly hearing, crackles or no crackles, then do press that thumbs up button and it will illuminate and animate for you to show you that you have done it. Yeah, indeed, Pet Shop Boys. Quite a fascinating style. Great writers and performers, and yeah. Really nice chord sequence in that, so I'm glad you enjoyed that one. We are going to move on with our next song. Oh, not till I've told you about tonight's tie. Well, I can see it. It's got geckos all over it, and in fact the tie is called Gecko somewhere, and it was designed by a chap called Jerry Garcia, who used to be in the San Francisco band called Gone, right out of my head, but some sort of fairly heavy rock band, heavy metal band, but then turned artist, and it's rather nice. Hello, Rosie, nice to see you. 4 devices, that's sheer greed on your part, I feel. Yes. No, well, no, brother. But I bought the tie way before Ed was born, actually. But I need to consult Ed about what type of geckos they are. I suspect they are leopard geckos. I don't know. We will see. We're going to move on with our next song this evening. Do enjoy. I'm just going to let that video run, as it took so long to put all these little bits together. It was indeed... just reading what you just said, Alison. It was this. Couldn't get the context of that. Well, I hope you were grating it rhythmically. That's all I can say. It was, as Jill said, I Love a Piano, and it was composed by Mr. I'm still letting this video run. There's still a bit more to go. Composed by Irving Berlin. In answer to your second question, Jill, eventually. There he is, Mr. Irving Berlin. Fantastic. He actually composed that song in 1915. 1915, I know. And it was actually composed for the musical Stop, Look, Listen. 1915. It wasn't published until 1920, so I dare say that he lost quite a bit of money in that time. He was more of a musician than a financially savvy person. It took until all the way till 2000, Jill, when the musical version of White Christmas came out for that song to be included. That song doesn't appear in the 1954 version of White Christmas, but it does appear in the musical, which was based on the film. So there you go. I Love a Piano by Irving Berlin. As always, if you feel moved to donate to my coffee pot, or indeed my electricity and Wi-Fi pot, then there is a link in the video description below this video. I say video or live stream, whatever you want to call it. It is both, of course. But as always, that link is www.paypal.me/GG and any donations to the pot are always gratefully received. Ah, yes, thank you, Alison, about the... Yes, the plant is still going strong, so until I literally kill the plant, it will stay here. Well, until we probably get waylaid by decorating the piano in a different way, perhaps next month. We shall see. We're going to go on with our next song. Do enjoy. Indeed, the wonderful, Nobody Does It Better, as so many of you said, from the 1977 James Bond film The Spy Who Loved Me. Good evening, Anne. Good evening. Ah, hello, David. You've solved it. You've solved the mystery of how to chat in a chat room. I know you've been struggling with that for no particular reason, actually. It's quite bizarre why you were excluded, but I'm glad that you are there, and thank you for that anecdote as well. So Nobody Does It Better, 1977, as sung by Carly Simon, and as composed, the music was composed by Mr. Marvin Hamlisch. He who composed a chorus line, and they're playing our song amongst many, many other things. A wonderful pianist, composer and conductor he was, Mr. Marvin Hamlisch. So 1977 was where that was from. So it being the last Sunday of the month, we, as you know, do this little feature that I call Channel Update, just to sort of bring you up to speed with what's been going on my channel, and indeed what is to come on YouTube GG the Piano Man. And this is especially helpful for people who perhaps don't know their way around YouTube, or indeed my channel, or indeed new people, new subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, this month we've had an extra 3 subscribers, so our current subscriber count is 515, which is really lovely that more and more people are finding our channel and whatever it is we do on that channel. Watching our views on the channel are significantly up this month, actually, in the last 28 days, and I suspect that's because partly of the knock-through effect of the Disney videos we did at the end of October, but apparently we've had over 3,300 views on the channel, which is really encouraging. On Fridays this month we've been doing covers of Antonio Carlos Jobim's songs, and I'm really pleased that in terms of the views, the order of those 4 songs has come out exactly how I predicted it in terms of shall we say most popular or most viewed. So far it all can change very quickly, so from that respect the most popular one of the month has so far been Desafinado, and the next most popular one was the one we did on Friday, which was the One Note Samba. So do take a look. There's a dedicated playlist for those Tom Jobim songs. And that brings me to the next point about playlists. If you look at the playlists tab on the channel, you might want to have a look at that. As you can see at the top, we've got our Date with Dinner Set ones. It says there's currently 164 videos in there. We've got Tom Jobim songs, 10 in there so far. We've got the Disney ones, organ music, Cole Porter, what else have we got? Tributes to people who passed away, etc. And that's something I'm going to be adding to those playlists over time. Now look, we've so far got away without mentioning it. I've been very well behaved, but we cannot ignore the elephant in the room anymore. Otherwise, by the time we next have a channel update, it will all be over. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Christmas thing. I wanted to let you know what we're doing on our channel in the coming weeks, because it's not that far away, is it? So, as you might expect, the Friday uploads in December are going to have a Christmas theme on the jolly side. So keep an eye out for those things that we haven't done on the channel Christmassy before. I'm going to be creating at least 2 more of what I call the piano moods. That's to say 30 or 45-minute non-stop music just for listening, rather than, there's no video to it, or there won't be any video to it. So you can just have it on in a room when you're sitting down, or in the kitchen, or driving, or something, as a bit of relaxation, if that is the sort of thing that you like on our channel YouTube. And then in terms of the live programs, as it happens, both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve fall, as you know, on a Sunday. So it will be seasonally themed dates with a dinner set. What I can tell you is on Christmas Eve, December the 24th, the date with a dinner set will be slightly earlier to enable me to get between various musical functions I have on that day, both in the daytime and indeed the evening. But we'll have a quiet hour of carols, probably around about 5 o'clock. I'll let you know about that. On New Year's Eve, when it is all over, a week later, our date within a set will look back at some of the highlights of the year, but also perhaps a bit of early party celebration as we launch towards... Can you launch towards something? Yes, I suppose you can. 2024. So that is our channel roundup on YouTube, Gigi the Piano Man, for the month of November. So there you have it, and as indeed YouTube is truly dynamic, and since I recorded that little piece to camera earlier on, only a couple of hours ago in fact, we're now up to 517 subscribers. David, I suspect that you are one of those latest. It's very exciting when you own a channel. Do I own it? Maybe I'm just the custodian, I don't know what I am. To see things change as time goes on. Anyway, that's what's been going on my channel. That is what is to come on my channel as we move towards, we lurch towards that event in December. We are going to go on with our next piece of music. Do enjoy. Do you know, brother, I was thinking just as I started that, gosh, doesn't that sound like I Get a Kick from Champagne by Mr. Cole Porter, but it wasn't that, so well spotted. In actual fact, we've had it a couple of times on the program before. It's a piece called Cute, and it was composed by Neal Hefti in 1958. So that makes I Get a Kick Out of You the earlier version. So Neal Hefti composed that, and he composed that for the Count Basie band, who famously first recorded it back in 1958. And Neal, as quite an amazing composer, You may remember we had a Neal Hefti special. Recorded it with his own big band in 1962, and I think he was always frustrated, was Neal Hefti, that his version was not nearly so popular as that by Count Basie. But that's what it was. It was called Cute from 1958. This week's upload, if you've not had a chance to see it, was continuing the theme of Tom Jobim uploads, and it was the one-note samba. Don't worry, there is more than one note in it. Lots and lots and lots of fun. That is on the channel if you fancy taking a look at that, and there is a direct link to the one-note samba, my version of it, underneath the video description, so you can take yourself there and watch it for a little bit until you get bored with that one note, and then don't forget to press the like button while you are there. And that concludes not our program, that concludes the Antonio Carlos Jobim uploads, which we've been doing as our Friday uploads in November. On with our next piece of music. In fact, brother, it was so like When I Fall in Love that it was When I Fall in Love. It may have been the verse that fooled you to that. When I Fall in Love, composed in 1952 by Victor Young. And it was actually composed for Howard Hughes' film 1 Minute to Zero. But most people know it as a jazz standard, and of course it was very famously recorded in 1956, 4 years after its composition, by Mr. Smiley Man, Mr. Nat King Cole, who does a absolutely wonderful version of that. Amongst others, people like Doris Day, all the greats have recorded that one because it is such a beautiful ballad. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you are new to this program, in order to join in my chat room, if you want to, it's sometimes not very safe in my chat room, but it seems quite friendly tonight. You do need to be subscribed to the channel, and if you press that bell notification, you have a series of options about what notifications you receive when things happen on this channel. As you know, on YouTube, Gigi the Piano Man, we do this live program every Sunday at 18:30 for an hour. We do a video upload every Friday. And we used to, I need to change this, we used to do a theme special. We don't anymore because there's a lot happening on my channel as it is. But that's what you need to do. You need to be subscribed, and then you'll never miss a live broadcast or an upload again. Fool by the verse. Fool by the verse. And I just say, in the words of our dear grandfather, Mark, don't say fool on a Sunday, all right? Not on the Sabbath. We do not say the word fool, okay? That's very important. As you know, also on A Date with Dinner Sets, every Sunday we have, for about a year now, been trying to introduce one new piece which is new to the program each week. So here comes the piece of music which is new to A Date with Dinner Set this evening. It may well be known by quite a few of you. It's quite a jaunty little number. Do enjoy. Hello, Richard. Which Richard? You're very welcome. Ah. At least you're in, David. I'm not sure you need to have your own YouTube channel to post chats, but you do need to have a Google account, I think, to do that. Colin feels he knows it. Fantastic. Possibly. Kate is absolutely correct. It is the song You'll Be Back from the 2015 musical Hamilton, composed by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And it's one of those musicals that's on my list of many musicals that I would love to see. It's meant to be absolutely fantastic. And I've played that for a few singers who have sung it with varying degrees of character and accuracy, shall we say. But that was our new piece for A Date with a Dinner Set this evening. You'll Be Back from 2015 musical Hamilton. Oh, actually, Lin-Manuel Miranda says that he owes the inspiration for that song to Hugh Laurie when they both were in an episode of House. So there you go. You heard it here. Oh, right. Okay. Fantastic. Brilliant. Hello, Richard, in West Sussex. Is it as cold in West Sussex as it is up here in Surrey? I suspect it is. What was I going to say? Happy Thanksgiving. I say that because we do have an American audience that watches us on catch-up. So, not only has it been Thanksgiving, but you know what we also like to do on A Date with a Dinner Set? We like to sort of celebrate everything, don't we? Not just music and the joy of life, the joie de vivre, as it were. And today, as it happens, November the 26th, just happens to be... raining too. Fantastic. Enjoy, or not. November the 26th, not only is it programme 179 of A Date with a Dinner Set, but it is National Cake Day, November the 26th. National Cake Day. When I say national, it's these days that I come up with. I don't come up with them. It's our American friends that like to celebrate something every day, and today they've designated National Cake Day. Now look, it's none of my business, but you'd think with all the sort of indulgence that they have just had with Thanksgiving and all the wonderful foodstuffs, you wouldn't think that a couple of days later that you'd be wanting cake, would you? I don't know. It's just a thought. But anyway, it's nice to celebrate and look at, and maybe... here we go. I'm setting you all off now. Maybe you'd like to tell us about your favourite sort of cake as you listen to our next piece of music. Indeed, it was, as Hannah correctly identified. The composer straight away, it was by Billy Mail. There he is. And it was Hannah and then Kate. And then Martin and Jeannie, Autumn Crocus. Autumn Crocus from 1932, Billy Mail. Hopefully, all those pictures of it you just saw were Autumn Crocus's croci? Crocery? I don't know. It said when I picked up those pictures that they were autumn varieties of autumn crocus, so I hope they all were. Kate, you would know more than me about that. I see we've started a conversation about cakes, fantastic, and Richard loves madeleines. Jeannie, carrot cake, very, very nice. Just cake, I like them all. And why not, Alison? Fantastic. So we're shortly to move into our final bit of music, but just before we do so, just a reminder to, if you do like what you see and largely hear, do press that tick underneath. Do leave a comment if you wish. That's always nice. Share it on and subscribe. Share the good news. So we were talking earlier on, weren't we, about, well, I was. You were listening very politely. I have the microphone, so I tend to do most of the talking. And we were talking about the fact that autumn is still going on, and there are some lovely colours around. So the piece that I've chosen this evening is reflective of that. So do enjoy our final bit of music this evening before we say goodnight in our usual way. So, indeed, Maple Leaf Rag by Mr. Scott Joplin, the King of Ragtime from 1899. I did say, didn't I, that this evening's programme we spanned 116 years. Oh, I didn't know that, Matthew. Thank you. Thank you for that gem. Oh, wow. Wow. What a lovely idea. Hannah, we need to try it. We need to try that. Put your dad's theory to the test. Anyway, that does bring us to the end of another Date with a Dinner Set, program number 179 here on November 26th. So next time I am with you, you are with me. We will be in December. We will be in December. Now, there is a thought. I hope you've had a good time this evening. As always, it has been a huge pleasure for me to play for you. So do take very good care of yourselves. Stay warm in the week that is to come. And I look forward to playing with you again next Sunday. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. Thank you. Good night.